Boring. Anyway, what's up? Y'all know what it is. We back here. Parent Boulevard. Whew. It's nothing but love. Nothing but money. Nothing but love.
Let me say love.
Anyway, it's PG, family friendly.
Yes.
Like a Disney movie.
Yes.
Boring.
Yes.
Anyway. Center wanted to talk about
What you got your southern Sin want to talk about
our experience at the hospital. So I'm gonna let her talk about it.
Wow. Okay, so well, we gonna talk about this what I said, but now he like, yeah, you were there. I wasn't. Was you not there?
I know I was there.
Okay then. Anyways, so first of all, if you recently give birth or ever give birth anywhere that's not in the hospital, why was that the case? What was your reason for doing that? And was it on purpose? Because I understand, have heard of some of my mom friend who are like, yeah, I was showering and the baby was starting to come. So that baby was born at home and transferred to the hospital. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, that's that. You know, and some chose to give birth at a birthing center for, I will say obvious reasons at this point. If you haven't, you know, I feel like we've all heard and learned a little bit about historically and yet present and still presently some of the reason why giving birth in the hospital may not be the best experience for some of us, especially women of color, in this society that we live in. And so was that your reason, or was it just that you wanted the experience of birthing in a tub, you know, surrounded by, you know, holistic practitioners and so forth? Whatever your reason, why? Share with us, if you will. So we ended up giving birth in the hospital. I will say we did consider a birthing center, but I was a little bit on edge. Well, I wasn't on edge. At the beginning, I was. Just because we had, and we haven't gotten into that, but briefly, just to mention it now, and we'll dive into a little bit later, is that we've had unfavorable result of pregnancy before. And so hold on. Oh, okay. And so it was, I was a little on edge on that. But with time, as everything just went on, I was like, okay, we're good with it. So we considered it, but ultimately decided to stick with the hospital. We got all of our cares. By the time we actually considered the birthing center, we were like, in the second trimester already? Yeah, we're already in the second trimester. So it didn't end up working out, so we decided to just stick to the hospital, which in hindsight ended up being the better choice for us because unfortunately we ended up having our daughter via C-section for worry that, you know, her heart rate wasn't as strong as it was expected to be or preferred to be. Luckily, she came out healthy as a lion or elephant or horse, whichever animal you want to go with, and didn't need any extra help breathing. I will tell you one prayer after I made it past the first trimester. Stop.
You don't know what that means.
My one prayer is that she came out. You know, I was like, baby girl, I know you're healthy. I know you're good. Please just come out screaming and breathing like a healthy, happy baby. And let mommy hear your voice. And let the angels hear it. And let everybody hear it. Yeah, and she came out just like that. She screamed. I actually didn't hear her first scream as I was on the surgical table, but Jason heard her first scream. He was like, did you hear her? I was like, what? Because I was like shivering. I mean, if you ever had a C-section, You know what I mean? Because afterward I talked to everyone and they're like, yep, same thing. So I was just really concentrated on trying to keep myself together, and not shaking too much and cause anything to go wrong and so forth. But then once Jason was like, did you hear she's out? I was like, what? Then I pay attention and I heard her. I was like, yes, that's my baby. But not fast forward. What is it? Roll the tape back.
Rewind?
Yeah, rewind. There we go. That's all. Rewinding.
VHS needs to come back.
He's such a 90s baby. Yeah, so rewinding. So essentially, what I'm gonna give you like a short, sweet story of it is that, all was going well. She was noted to have to be to be smaller for her gestational age, and thus they started monitoring via NSTs twice a week. In the NSTs, generally she does relatively fine, but not great, because if you've ever done NSTs, you know that they want the heart rate to accelerate. I think at least twice within that 20 to 30 minutes of monitoring. She really didn't accelerate. She stayed at her baseline for the most part. Things like that. So after 2 weeks of that day that she came in, I went in thinking it was going to be the normal thing. And then she decelerated, her heart rate decelerated. And they're like, yeah, you're going to go to the hospital. That's what you're going to do. And I was like, okay. Just happened to be the one day that we were like, okay, because the whole time, every appointment, every NST, even though he can't be in the room, he's there with me, everything. This time we're like, you know what, you have an important client, you need to go look at the, Jason is a realtor, so he needed to go look at the property, actually a couple properties up in the high desert. And so we were like, yeah, it's gonna be just the regular stuff, so I'll be fine. Go on. But yeah, so we're like, okay, let's have you go see your client, do everything that's normal. We don't want to, potentially lose business for something that's just going to be a regular NST anyway, and I'll come home and go back to work, because this whole time I've been working and I expected myself to be back to work in the next 2 hours. But anywho, when they're this way, I'm like, bro, you gotta get here right now. He's like 30 minutes away. He's like, okay, I'm rushing there. Anywho, he finally got there right on time, for the decision making of, what are we going to do essentially. And the whole time, they're monitoring me still, and she's back to her baseline, but really hasn't accelerated, yada, yada, yada. The decision was, do we want to induce and then ultimately end up having to possibly do an emergency C-section if the hardship of laboring is too much on her heart. We can go in and just schedule same day C-section and get her out, and things are calm, and it's not an emergency C-section. And so that was a decision to be made, and he was there right on time, and much faster than I thought. I don't even know if this guy took a helicopter or whatever, because he's like, oh, I'm on my way. And I know the high desert is like a good 30 minutes away, actually 45, because I worked there at the time. So I was like, how are he here 15 minutes later? How'd you do it, hon?
Because I'm fast.
If you listen to the last episode, that's his comeback. He said, because I'm fast. See,
I need to be.
See, sometimes us women, we should just keep the credit to our husband just on the DL. Like, keep it within ourselves, Don't give them the credit out loud.
That's you want to stay married.
Because then they'll be like, anywho. But yeah, so that's how that ended up. So we chose the regular schedule, same day C-session, which was a scary experience. Like, okay, not scary, but I would say, what's the word? Nerve-wracking. Just because, this is the whole time, I'm imagining, and we had a doula. So, she's telling us she's being, preparing us for the birthing process. We wanted to go all natural with no epidural, all of those things. So she's preparing us for it. Okay, if your water break, if this happen, so I'm like waiting for this in my head. I'm like, okay, at some point my water's gonna break, all of these things, call the doula at a certain point, contraction every this so minutes for however this long, and I'm doing all these things to try to induce naturally. I'm walking over here left and right. We had a walking schedule, doing everything. So in my head, C-section was far from it, right? Far from what was going to happen. But when push come to shove, it ended up being, for us at the time, the best decision that we saw to fit for after all the information were given and knowing ourselves how we've been doing and so forth. But the C-section itself wasn't, I may be painting again. The C-section itself was not long, right? Yeah, he's shaking his head. Yeah, like I said, no, vocal. It was like, the whole thing was like maybe 30 minutes. They say that and I believed it. I mean, the funny thing is I've assisted in the C-section before, right? As a clinician myself. But that was like, 2 years ago. And when I tell you, even if it was 2 days ago, it's just totally different. Assisting, like being on the opposite side, being a patient versus a clinician is totally different. Like, I don't care how much experience you have, it's just different. Because you are the one on the table now. You are the one needing help now. You are the one whose life is at risk. You are the one who have more to lose now. You are the one who's have all the emotions wrapped up in a human shell. It's so different. And at that moment, at least for me, I wasn't thinking, oh, okay, I remember, yeah, they're going to cut through this and cut. No, that's not what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, Lord Jesus, take the wheel, okay? And I need my husband here now. And y'all not going to do nothing unless that happens, because this is not an emergency. So I'm not, no, thank you. No, thank you. But I felt like those women, the TV shows or like movies where they're like, where's my husband? I'm not gonna push without him. I never understood that. But when I tell you, I always thought that was like some TV drama only thing. But when I tell you, it's so real. Like, if you've been doing this, you've been blessed to be doing this with a partner, the whole route. You don't want to do this, you don't want to cross the finish line, so to speak, by yourself with all the emotions wrapped up. When you know you are not at your 100%. Yeah, he sees a car. Anyway, you get to hear all the stuff in the background. But you really just don't want to do that. But that wasn't the gist of it. I mean, the C-section went well, the hospital staff was great. We didn't, how would you say the experience was?
Oh, it's my turn?
Yes, it's your turn.
Oh, wow.
Give a non-pregnant, non-birth-giving view of the hospital experience.
I will. And this is why I call Cindy the director. She just, please give a non-biased, non-pregnant view of the birthing experience for those who are non-biased and non-pregnant and may one day be in your shoes.
Wow.
Please give that.
Yes,
for people.
Go on then.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
If you could.
If you could.
You smart, intelligent
black man.
Black man.
Yes.
Okay.
Go on then.
Well, it seems like we're talking about the day of the birth and not so much the whole months.
Yeah, no.
That'll be another episode, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. As she stated, day of, that was one of the few days that I didn't go to the appointment with her, partially because Nasiah wasn't supposed to be here until December 22nd.
Yep.
But she said, I'm like my mama, cuz, and my daddy. So I'm fast. And I'm coming out.
My daddy. I came out fast.
I came out early. So it was December 5th, obviously. And I think the big thing was I checked in with Senna. I was like, yo, you know what they say, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know what it was. I don't even remember it because my adrenaline was pushing and everything like that. I think I don't know, maybe it was her, maybe it was our doula, I don't know. But somebody said, yo, it's happening today. I'm like, what's happening today? You know what I mean? Like, literally, it felt like a movie. I'm like, what you mean? But she was like, yo, it's just, we own like a pot of neck bones. That's what I said, because clearly, what's that? Why they got that little opening over there? I don't know. I ain't doing it. Yeah, it's a basketball, but you see that over there yonder? Oh. It's all open. Everything. Yep, I knew it. I don't even know why I looked at it. I don't even know. Anyway, so I was, like she said, I was in the high desert, and I don't know, I guess, I said a prayer or whatever, and, God parted the sea or parted the cars, or, universe was like, yo, bro, you gotta get there. Dora the Explorer.
Okay, next time.
Thank you. Anyway, I got there, and I told her, I was like, yo, I'm here. Where you at? And I was cool with security or whatever. I was like, yo, security, bro.
Yeah.
We got a baby happening today. You dig what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, cool, bro. You got a baby coming on, all of this, Scooby-Doo.
That's what they said.
Essentially. But it was one of the, again.
This car really want to go with us.
We going.
We got a new car on our walk now, because this car just want to hang with us.
We gotta
take my water.
She gonna take her water and drink it. So we got a whole new cat.
Oh, you petting the car.
Hey, I love animals.
That's your 17%. That's an inner joke that we just keep telling ourselves. How about
anyway, she likes cats more than dogs, so she wouldn't necessarily mind it too much.
I know, I don't mind it too much. If it was a dog, I would not be having this conversation.
But anyway, we were there, and like I said, it was one of the few moments, because Cindy be trying to hide her tears and everything like that, like she don't cry or whatever, but she just had the whole, honey, you're here. And I felt like Superman, because I was like, yeah, I am here. You know what I mean? It was cool. And everybody's like, oh, you're so dressed up. I'm like, yeah, because I do real estate. But that ain't the only thing I do. Anyway,
wow.
Came in, we talked and stuff. And I think the biggest thing for me was it was the wait. It just felt like it took forever. Because apparently a lot of babies want to be born in December.
Yeah. Specifically December 5th.
But a lot of babies want to be born December 5th. And so we had to wait a little while. And I think that was, if anything, that was my biggest concern was, just making sure that we didn't have to go to the emergency because we were waiting for a significant period of time. Because of like what she said, sometimes black women aren't necessarily treated with the same love and respect as our white counterparts and others are when it comes to the birthing process. So I just wanted to make sure, and especially sometimes it's color bias too. For those who don't know, my wife is very chocolate and very beautiful, so I didn't want that to be a factor. But it turns out they were just like, hey, and our team was good. We were at Kaiser of Fontana, so if you ever go there, I give them high praise. They're not tripping. Our team was good. Our nurse, I want to say, we've been trying to remember that girl's name.
I know.
But
that's okay. We don't need to say her name.
Good morning. How are you? She was really, really cool. She was great. if she listens to this ever someday, she know who she is.
She made us a little bow from the baby hat after she was born.
Yeah, she made us a baby hat bow.
Yeah.
And now Nasiah's jumping in. She's like, yo, you remember being there too? So anyway, nah, man, it was, I think the one thing, the one thing that pissed it off was they gave me a theme music coming into the delivery.
Oh my gosh! You don't even get to speak on that, okay?
I was speaking of it. Anyway, so, you know, I guess they like, yo, Dad's in the building. You know what I mean? Sometimes we see this a lot, sometimes we don't. But they was like, there's a good daddy right here. And I'm like, yeah, you already know what it is.
Wow.
And
what about the good mommy doing all the work?
Yeah, she was there. So anyway.
Yeah, she was there. Yeah.
They should have gave you theme music. You should have requested it.
I did not. Did you request it?
I didn't because I'm that cool.
You didn't
That's
even have
why.
to request it.
Because that's called big black man energy.
Wow.
So anyway.
Wow. I'm done.
Nah, it was cool going into the living room. I mean, before that, and I don't know if I ever told Senator this or whatever. I mean, obviously I talked to, you know, my parents and stuff like that because, as some of y'all know, you know, me and Senna, we didn't grow up with our dads. Immediately in our house. I mean, Senna eventually got him, but I never did. So that's not the point. You know,
she eventually did.
she did eventually.
Yes, but I never did.
I ain't never.
If you're hearing this sentence, I never did.
I never did. So, you know, naturally, you know, I think we call it the BET movie effect. You know, you're like, man, I don't want to be like my dad or whatever shit. Like I am now, but at the same time, I ain't never been a dad and blah, 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 blah.
I ain't never seen a good example.
You know, I ain't never seen, and I have. I can't say that I haven't. But, you know, it's different when it's your biological father. So anyway, that was going through my head. But I talked to both of them and, you know, they was like, yo, it's about to change and all of this and Scooby-Doo. And I'm like, all right, cool. So anyway, we in there. And I think my big concern as a husband, and this is just real facts, was I just couldn't do anything. And it was hard because I'd never seen Senna in that kind of vulnerable state. That was the hardest part for me because I know how much she loves being a clinician. I know how much she loves helping other people. But as she said, the worst patients are the providers. I know she didn't say that, but I'm saying
I didn't say those
for
words.
all. I'm saying no. We went that way. We're going this way.
Okay.
I'm saying that for all the people who are married to providers who know what I mean and aren't a provider yourself. The worst patients are providers. They are the worst.
Do not accept this statement.
I bet you don't. So anyway, it was just tough because I had just never seen her like that. And you know, people said, you know, you're gonna see her in a way that you never seen her before. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be difficult, and you know they're gonna do a lot of stuff that might make you upset and everything. And I was just like,
I didn't do anything.
I'm not talking about you.
Oh, you mean the hospital people?
Oh my gosh. The greatest only child that's never been an only child. It's not about you.
But if you look at it hard enough.
No. So anyway, that was the tough part. But once, you know, everybody, you know, obviously we prayed and everything like that. But you know, the procedure went well. And when she came out with all the hair that everybody said she had.
She did come out with a lot of hair.
And then she came out screaming, just like both of us at times, but some of us more than others at times.
Mama.
Yeah, she came out. Good morning. How are you guys? Good morning. She came out ready for action.
Yeah.
And 5 pounds, 5 ounces. Her heart was beating great. She was mad at everybody because she wanted what she always wants, at least at this point in time in her life. Like, if you don't give me milk. But yeah, I think on the other side of the husband perspective was, you know, we had a birthing plan, but I think because she came so quickly. We left it at the house. That's for sure.
Well, we didn't leave the house thinking we were gonna have her. So
Right.
That's one thing.
Right. we didn't think she was gonna happen that day.
Yeah.
But it just, all in all, it was a good experience. It was great to, hold Nasaya next to Mama for the first time, and I think some of the interesting things were, babies say, obviously, like they say. Good morning, guys. They come out, a lot lighter than they probably will be because their melanin hasn't kicked in yet. I
don't know why you were so concerned about this for some
I don't know.
reason.
I wasn't concerned. I was just like, yo, this is crazy. I ain't never had no baby. I don't know what I'm doing.
Where is her melanin? Did somebody take it? Excuse me.
I mean, and then, like, she had, like, green eyeballs and stuff, and I was like, okay, that's cool, but I don't know if it'll last. But... No, it was.
She has a beautiful chocolate eyeball now. As you knew she would.
Yeah. Dominant genes. So anyway, it was cool though. It was cool. I mean, it was nice to finally just have that moment where it's, all three of y'all, as she said, if y'all are doing this together. If y'all not, it's nice to just have that moment where it's just, you and baby. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you put in all that work to get a little him or a little her, and they're finally here, and they're so tiny. I mean, it's just, I think that's the interesting part. Like, they're so tiny.
Yeah,
it's like,
at least she was.
I mean, yeah, at least she was. I mean, I know people got like 10 and 13 pound babies, and y'all be out here giving birth to turkeys. But hey, shouts out to you.
That's Thanksgiving birds.
Exactly. But no, it was a nice moment. I mean, of course, everybody's saying, "Oh my gosh, she's so beautiful," and all this stuff. It's just it's a. I mean, again, it's a change your life. It's the best way to put it. Change your life. So that's what I got on the birthing day.
Thank you.
Experience.
The birthing day experience. That's it. Now, whatever happens after that, y'all have heard bits and pieces of being new parents and such, but we'll probably reverse the wheel a little bit down the line and talk about some of the things that happened before that. But for now, that shall be enough and all that we have for y'all. Y'all be good, stay safe, and be happy. Ooh.
Wow.